Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time zone you happen to be in. Welcome to Leaders Worldwide. My name is Isaac, and I am the Sergeant at Arms. If you are a guest and you don't have a G in front of your name, please do so now. Club mission: we provide a positive and learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Club mission: integrity, respect, service, and leadership. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our president, Tala bin Hamid. Tala, the podium. Communication and leadership skills.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Self-confidence.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
Mission, integrity.
Oh, Sally, I think it's playing on your end.
And leadership. And now,
because Isaac
my pleasure
yet
to introduce our president, Tala bin Hamid. Tala.
Actually, you opened the live stream, I believe.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Self-confidence.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
Mission, integrity.
Oh, Sally, I think it's playing on your end.
What?
Yeah.
And
It's playing on your
Sally, you
end.
must mute your microphone at the bottom.
You've opened the live
bottom,
stream
you
and
have
it's playing. Actually, you've opened the live stream. I
Look
believe.
at the bottom
Thank
and
you so much.
mute yourself.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
Okay, I'm gonna close.
No worries.
No,
Just mute
you
yourself
have
and
to
then you can
mute.
sort it out.
Hit the mute button.
It's playing.
Zoom host, can you mute her, please?
Okay, she's muted.
Thank you so much.
All right. So welcome everyone to this 128th meeting of Leaders Worldwide. Today is May the 22nd, 2023. And today's theme is the oxygen mask. Being the TMOD, I am at a liberty to spill the beans on the theme today. So I will do precisely that. Some of you may be wondering, why oxygen mask? Let me tell you. I'm sure all of us have traveled by air at some point or another, right? And yes, so when the plane is about to take off, you're patiently waiting for it to take off. Some rather attractive people walk among the aisle and they perform a demo. So if they are attractive females, the males do not listen to anything and just keep looking at the movements. But if they are attractive males, the same things happen for females. The problem is they are sharing something very important, and that is the safety briefing. Perform a demo. And do you recall, what do they say? Put, if in case of oxygen depletion, what do they say? Anyone? What do they say? In case the oxygen in the cabin reduces, a mask will drop out. What you should do with it? Anyone?
Put the mask on and help yourself before you try to help somebody else.
Yes, exactly. Bingo. Thank you so much, Dee Marie. Put the mask on yourself and then help others. Because if you don't put the mask on yourself, what good will you be? You will not be good for yourself and you will not be good for others. So that's today's theme. Love yourself first. Rescue yourself first. Forgive yourself first. Only then you can spread virtue to the world at large. If you are bitter with yourself, if you fail to get over your own shortcomings, if you keep living in the past and keep reliving your past nightmares all the time, you will be no good. You will be losing oxygen and you will be offering oxygen masks to everyone else, whereas you need it the most. So today's meeting is all about caring for yourself and loving yourself. not because we are some special creatures who deserve love, but because God put us on this earth to serve others. And we will only be able to serve others if we survive and thrive. With that little message, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our journal evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Alex Bellish. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm going to be your general evaluator for today. Greetings to all the Toastmasters and guests around the world. The purpose of the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I'll be taking notes on everything that happens or doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, performance of duties. And at the end of the meeting, I will give my report. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster? Or who am I going back to?
You introduce the grammarian for today and ask her.
You're absolutely right. Sorry about that.
And then the timer, and then the timer.
Yes. Two of the people that I'm working with are the grammarian, who is Sally. So Sally, why don't you give us the word of the day and what your role is? Is Sally here? Okay.
Sally has had a malfunction with her computer.
Yep. Sally's word of the
You can
day.
introduce the timer first, I believe.
So Mario has the timer and one of our guests. Why don't you tell us what your role is and what you're doing?
All right, sorry for the delay. I'll be your timer for today, and I'll be timing the prepared speeches, unprepared speeches, improvised, and then the evaluations at the end of the meeting. The prepared speeches will last between 5 and 7 minutes. At 5, you're going to see green. At 6, yellow, and then at 7 minutes, red. For prepared speeches, for impromptu is 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute green, 1.5 yellow, and 2 minutes red. You're going to have 30 seconds to wrap up. And for the evaluations, it's between 2 and 3 minutes. Again, 2 minutes for green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 minutes red. Back to you.
Thank you, Mario. And our grammarian is still in the spamosphere or the internetosphere. So
Why don't we just announce that mindfulness is the word of the day?
okay, I wasn't sure what the word of the day is. The word
Mindfulness.
okay, mindfulness. So if you can incorporate that in your speech today, that would be
And maybe
great.
we can put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat.
No problem. Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
That being said, once she does get here, we'll probably just go back, and then it's back to you, President Tala. I think you're muted, Tala.
Apologies. Thank you so much, Mr. Journal Evaluator. Now it's time to enjoy the prepared speeches in the session. And today, our prepared speeches are also all about discovering oneself and discovering one's hidden talents, discovering some impossible feats that one is able to accomplish. And after all that, there is my speech, which I will leave for later. But our first speaker today is distinguished Toastmaster Rosalind Ann Khan, and she will be evaluated by Nadine James. Nadine is not in the meeting though.
She's in a doctor's appointment and she may not be on time. Do
All
you
right.
need me to step up as an evaluator?
All right, because I'm already evaluating. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I will evaluate this one. No worries there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and then we can switch around as things go along. Is that okay?
Perfect.
All right. So today, Rosalind Khan will be delivering a project from Strategic Relationships, Understanding Your Leadership Style. In this project, Rosalind will share some aspect of a chosen leadership style or leadership styles in general, discuss style preferences when working with others, and how to adapt the chosen leadership style to situations or leadership styles in general, and how they impact a group. The duration of the speech, Mr. Timer, is 5 to 7 minutes. Everyone, please put your hands together for Rosalind Khan. Learning leadership through trial and tribulation. Learning leadership through trial and tribulation. Distinguished Toastmaster Rosalind Khan.
You're muted.
You're muted, Rosalind. You're muted.
The edge of your chair saying, I can't hear her. I can't hear her. Where is she? Where is she?
Now we can hear you.
Oh, beautiful. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. I bet every one of you think of life in the media as exciting, glamorous, out of this world. Well, today, I'd like to share an experience. This last weekend, we had a car show, a fashion show, and grease lightning. So let me tell you, the story begins here on this trials and tribulations of my leadership style. I was headed down to San Diego for a high school reunion golf tournament and so forth. And I decided to head down early. And, you know, there was some question on the event location. And I called and said, so you mean West Covina? West Covina's out? Rosalind, we need to find a new location. We need to find a new location. Who can you call? Who do you know? I'm driving to San Diego. Let me get to my destination. And as I continue on the path, my, these little phones, these trusty little devices that we always think are going to take us someplace, but they take us no place. My little phone here, this one right here, this little evil beast decided it wanted me to go to Rancho Los Penasquitos. I mean, I did have to go to the bathroom, but have you ever heard of a telephone going psycho and knowing your bodily symptoms? My phone did. It said I needed to go to the bathroom. And then I sat in the car for an hour because I'm the type of leader that someone says, we need something. I drop what I'm doing, whatever it is, and I come running. And I picked up my phone. I called one person, two person, three person, four. By the time it was over, let's see, there was a person who said, if you need a places.com, you can go find a place. There was a place in Hollywood we could go to, any Mel's Drive-In. They had 7 different locations. And there was another place for $5,000 we could have. So that was a total of 7 locations I had arranged to have this event moved to. Hi, this is Rosalind. I just want to let you know my great results. I found some locations for us. Rosalind, we don't need your help. We've got it done. We have a beautiful place and the location will be moved. So I mentioned I was going to San Diego. I forgot. I was staying with my family. I thought, what a beautiful time to bond, to be with the family. We had enough time around the kitchen table for me to have dinner, have a brief conversation, and then it was, where's the flyer? We got to get the flyer. Is there a cancellation that went out? Oh my God, this one isn't there. This one isn't there. They don't have a flyer. Hey, Kathleen, can you make me a flyer? Can you make me a flyer? Can you make me a flyer? Oh my God. Then it was 10 o'clock and I was texting and sending because a good leader, given a task, always make sure everything is done. Well, I posted, it was like 10 o'clock and 10:15 and I was so exhausted. And the next day I had one mission. One mission is to get posts on social media, let people know the event changed, the event changed, the event changed, the event changed. And I forgot, I've got this event and I have this keynote address. How am I supposed to promote that? Remember that thing about self-care? Mindfulness, taking care of yourself? Oh, yeah, mindfulness. That speech was about taking care of myself. But there's we got one event at a time. There's the event with the high school reunion. There's my talk and the car show. So First we posted for the car show because they really needed to get it out there. Then I stood up and did a video, and I saw that my trusty phone failed me again. Again, I don't know what this phone is going to do. It's always failing me. It's not part of my leadership skills. I want to kill it. It's me or the highway. Because all the posts I had done on TikTok that loves me, 997 people likes, 200 follow me, were private. No one could see them. And so I asked my trusty niece if she would help me out, and she was starting, but I had to go, and I went to the event. It was wonderful. And I came home, and the next day I drove back to LA, and I had a PowerPoint presentation. It wasn't ready, and you trust until it becomes my turn. So hours before the event, I put this PowerPoint together, and I got to the meeting. I put my makeup on. I was all dressed and ready to go, and I was 3 hours early. And this lady goes, "Oh, this is Rosalind Khan. She's the busiest person I know. You can go back to doing your duties." So I had it in the background so I could make sure they added a comment as I posted things for the next event that was up and coming. And the speech was lovely. They loved me. From the front to the back, there was audience participation. You could see all the names there, all of them, each and every one of them. And then it was the next day getting in the car and going to the event. And I read my statement for the day of my book of meditations, and it read, "Whatever is going to happen, stay calm. Just stay calm." Well, I got up the next morning. I was a bit tired, as you can imagine, driving from LA to San Diego to LA and back and doing 2 events. And I get out of bed and I'm like, "You sure you need my salad dressing? I'm going to be late." I got my salad dressing and I get there. And there were three things, and I'm probably running out of time, but they were the vendors, the artist, and then the fun. And so the vendors, they came, and because it was changed at the last minute, people were calling me, and "I don't think I can make it there, Rosalind." "You mean the car show was canceled? The car show was canceled? What do you mean the car show was canceled?" "Yes, I'm sorry to tell you the car show was canceled because a good leader maintains calm in all adversity. When things got rough, I did my favorite thing. I looked up at the sky and I looked at the clouds and I said, 'Please be with me. Please be with me.' Because there were times that I would have loved to scream and yell and rant and rave and holler as one more vendor came, as my booth was moved not 1 place, but 2 places, but 3 points. And there was always, 'Rosalind, can you come over here? Rosalind, we need you over here. Where are your entertainers, Rosalind? Where are your entertainers? You need to get them here.' 'You mean you can't come?' 'Oh, you got to come. You got to come. You've got to come. We really need you.' And then there was the fight of who was going to be on the stage and when they were going to be on stage. And how come she's doing 3 songs? And how come I only get to do 1 song? And where's my play? Where's my play? Well, here, take my broken phone that doesn't do anything, and you can use it for the sound. But you know, when the music started and they were dancing, I was having the time of my life because I love to dance. And so you can see, being a leader has many forms. Whether you're going ahead and going to San Diego to give a talk, going to a reunion, or doing a car show, your life is just simply pull a ticket out of the hat and be the best leader that you can. Madam Toastmaster, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rosalind. I'm speechless, and given that I have a speech today, I better not be, but this absolutely chaotic version of what really happens when multiple events are going on is a little too close to home. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, DT and Rosalind. Our next speaker is supposed to be Nadine James, but I believe she's not here. So,
Mr. Toastmaster, Sally
Yes.
just entered the room, so I'd like for her to explain her role. If that's okay.
Sure. Go ahead, Sally. Go ahead.
Sally, you're muted.
Thank you for your patience and understanding. My computer went bonkers and I back again, calm. And my job is to evaluate the use of English language and bring out the repetitive faults that we sometimes do, which is ands, is, as, buts, and and just learn how to breathe and calm, and everything will be fine. Our word of the day is mindfulness. And that is an excellent lesson for today, is the state of being mindful, focused, and aware of the present moment. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sally. All right. Now we have Nadine James as the next speaker, but we do not have her yet. So we'll move to our third speaker for today, and that would be Toastmaster Isaac Ford. And he will be evaluated. If I can, all right. Rosalind.
Hold on one second. I think she just walked in to the room.
Oh,
I just,
wow.
so if you wanna wait a second.
Yeah, sure. She's here. She's here. Nadine is here. Welcome, Toastmaster Nadine.
Thank you. I'm still in the doctor's office, so I'm not going to be on camera, or I'm not speaking today. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize for the inconvenience.
It's
Can we
all
move
right.
you to
It's
the
all right.
last? I think we have a break after the next speaker, and then maybe you could be the last. It'd be about another 20, 30 minutes. Do you think that would be enough time, Nadine?
No, Cynthia, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I hope everything goes well for you in the doctor's office. That's very, very important. We'll just
Thank you so much, Nadine.
send you
And
good thoughts.
despite everything, thank you for joining the meeting. Our meeting is all the better for it. So, continuing our improvisation, I would like to request distinguished Toastmaster Rosalind to prove that she's a distinguished Toastmaster and take up evaluation of Isaac Ford. Would you like to do that? You're muted.
I told you, I always like to make those grand presentations, you know. I want you to know that I'm here.
Wow, wow. That's the spirit. So actually, Toastmaster Isaac Ford will be speaking from Pathway Motivational Strategies to Understanding Your Communication Style. Isaac will share a communication style and its impact on his professional and personal relationships. And this will not be a report on the Understanding Your Communication Style project itself. So with DTM Rosalind on the standby for evaluation, everyone please put your hands together for Isaac Ford. You can do anything when you try. You can do anything when you try. Toastmaster Isaac Ford.
I was 14 years old when I first met Coach Blaney. Raise your hand if you ever watched the TV show, The Price is Right. Well, that's who Coach Blaney would remind you of, Drew Carey. He was reasonable, sensible, and wise. Now, I grew up in a small town, Hawthorne, Nevada, and everyone has a small rival. Ours was Yerington. So this was my first day of track practice, and Coach said, Isaac, I need a high hurdler. Think you can do that? With a body like this? I'm 4'12". I weigh 130 pounds, Coach. I can't run the high hurdles. He just looked at me and said, well, I need you anyway. So I started running the high hurdles. Now, Yerington was our rival, and they had this high hurdler by the name of Mike Rippey. Now, Mike was tall, he was thin and fast. Everybody knew that nobody could beat Mike. So this one unforgettable day, I came face to face with Mike Rippey at his own stadium, Yerington. So we got on the track, and when I crossed the finish line and I looked back, I had beat Mike Rippey. And when I heard the announcer say, the winner of the 120-yard high hurdles, Mike Rippey, I couldn't believe it. I won that race. So I looked at Mike, and Mike just looked at me as if to say, I didn't have anything to do with it. So Coach Blaney walks up to me and he just says, Isaac, the next time you race Mike, I want you to beat him so badly, there will be no question as to who won the race. And then he said what he always says, you can do anything when you try. That was a turning point in my life, because from that day forward, I would be the first person to track practice, the last to leave. I would be the only person on that field 7 days a week, because I knew there was just one person I needed to beat: myself. So I would just visualize that race in my mind over and over. Finally, the next time that I see Mike was the last track meet of the year, the Nevada State Finals. So we're on that starting line. And I ran through those hurdles like flash. I had never run that fast. So when I finished the race and I heard the announcer, what do you think he said? The winner of the high hurdles, Isaac Ford. I couldn't believe it. I had won that race. And the announcer said, with a time of 14.2 seconds and a new state champion. Now, I had only wanted to beat Mike. I had no idea that I would become the state champion in the high hurdles. And as a result of that, I got a 4-year scholarship to run track at the University of Nevada in Reno. Now, it had been over 42 years since I spoke with Coach Blaney. So when I got him on the phone, I said, Coach, you may not remember me, but this is Isaac Ford. Isaac Ford, who ran the high hurdles in 14.2 seconds? Coach, I'm a Toastmaster now, and I've been giving a speech in your name. And I just wanted to call you and thank you for all the inspiration and motivation you gave me in high school. And he said, actually, I asked him, Coach, why did you pick me to run the high hurdles? And he just told me, he said, you know, the hurdles is like running like life, because you have to have flexibility, mobility, and be able to see what's coming up in the world. And I know we all face hurdles. So if I could leave you with anything, is you could do anything when you try. I did not want to run the high hurdles. but coach encouraged me to do it, and it wound up much better than I ever thought it could. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Isaac Ford. I wonder after how many months there has been a male Toastmaster of the day, because everybody keeps saying to me, Madam Toastmaster, but I don't mind. Anyhow, we'll call for 1 minute silence for the evaluator, something I missed last time round. So, Toastmaster Mario, please put 1 minute on the clock. Sorry, Toastmaster Mario, put 1 minute on the clock for the evaluator and inform us when 1 minute is over. Thank you so much. 1 minute is over. And before moving on to our journal evaluator to invite the first two evaluations, let me just say that putting on the oxygen mask also means, especially in our part of the world, mothers insist that they will feed their children first and then they will eat something. And in that process, nobody ends up eating because children don't want to eat and mothers can't eat until the children eat. And they're always told by the doctors, by the medical professionals, that feed yourself first so that you're strong enough to run after the kids. So this is just another form of putting on the oxygen mask. As parents, if we are not strong enough ourselves, if we are not taking good care of ourselves, how will we translate that to our children? So I would give Mr. Alex Balish the floor to invite the first two speech evaluations.
Okay. That being said, I wanted to first say, I thought I was going at the end. That's why I'm a little off my game here. That being said, both evaluations, I'm not supposed to be doing this. Oh, I'm calling for a timer. I'm sorry. Oh, geez, I read the thing wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are calling for timer for the evaluations and then call for the evaluations. I'm sorry, I misread where we were at.
You're calling for the times for the speeches or?
No,
No, for the
yeah,
evaluation.
for the evaluations.
Oh, for the evaluation. Well, my question is, now we need the timers for the evaluators to evaluate that did the evaluations on the speakers. So the person that did the first evaluation, I believe, is Tala. Did you do that first evaluation?
Yes, yes. So timer is supposed to tell us what the duration of
Okay.
the evaluation.
So we need a time for the evaluations for the evaluators.
The times for the evaluations are between 2 and 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. So I will go ahead with the first evaluation.
Right.
Rosalind, sorry, let me pin. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Rosalind, my God. I don't even know how to explain your speech, let alone evaluate. It is like nothing I've ever experienced. And believe me, from a weirdo like me, that is saying something. So congratulations on completing and delivering an absolute roller coaster, a hurricane, a bullet train of a speech. I loved your intro. I loved the fact that you jumped right into it like a lioness raring to go. You started speaking even before you unmuted yourself. And that really indicated how pent up your feelings were regarding the whole enterprise. And that's what translated, because we did not just hear your speech, we lived your speech. You said exciting, glamorous, out of this world, and that's how we all feel before we take on so many assignments without keeping track of where is our mind at and how many hours are there in the day, and we have to sleep 8 hours and whatnot. Travel times. In our excitement, we grab at everything that comes our way. Trust me, I know. One thing that I must also compliment you on is that you look exceptional today, completely in line with your speech. Your demeanor, your dressing was right on point, and it added to the speech. You added humor, you added expressions in those intricate details that you told us about every event that was going on simultaneously. You never forgot about the emotions that you experienced. So you told us that it was a beautiful time to bond with the family, and we could feel that you were looking forward to that time before being cruelly cut off. So you may have wandered and you got lost, but you never lost us for a second during the speech. I love the start, stop energy of the speech. I aim to emulate that someday, because I absolutely loved it. You were chaotic, you were scattershot, you were haphazard, just like life can be. So your speech was personification of life itself. Just a few improvement areas. I'm not even sure there are improvement areas because they fit your speech so well, but you were a little too quick at times. And I know that was part of the plan, but maybe some of the words became hard to understand because it was not that we couldn't understand them, we couldn't keep track. Secondly, you had very few pauses. You could have taken a few pauses for effect. You could have introduced vocal variety when you were playing characters, a little more vocal variety. And you did not move that much during the speech. But again, absolutely fantastic speech. We learned about finally your leadership style and how it worked wonders for you. So with that, congratulations, and over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for both of those evaluations. I know that they will always take that and run with it. That being said, we're back to, well, excuse me for being a little bit confused here. We did both speeches, so it's back to you, Mr. Toastmaster, because I believe we're going to be announcing a break.
Actually, there's a second evaluation, and that will be done by...
I evaluate.
Sorry?
I'm doing the second evaluation.
Yes, you are doing the second
Yeah,
evaluation.
so then it's going to go to you.
Yeah.
It's going to go to
Yeah,
you.
you'll be evaluating Isaac. So over to you.
Okay. Hi, I'm here to evaluate Isaac. Isaac, I've heard this speech several times before, so I hope you'll give me permission to just, go with the gusto and so I'll start with the salient thing. I like when you look at the camera in the eye, and I want you to look at me. I'm looking at the camera in the eye. And there were points where your eyes were over here and over here. And they've told me before that 12 o'clock is where your eyes need to be. Not every single second, but I found you looking off at other places. You also began, and I need to stand up so you can see this, because this is what it looks like. Oops, I'll have to put the thing up. Just a second here. You began with your hands back here, and this is a disempowering position. You don't want to stand with your hands here. When you won the trophy, I'm really big and I won. And you were like, I won. No, I want you to be proud. I want you to be like, take it home, mama, look at me. I won the champion. There were parts where I really loved the story when you told us that you went back and you talked to the coach. And that was such a tender moment. It's like you could live that one up. I called this coach and I said, do you remember me? And he said, you mean the one who had the 14.2 seconds in the international record? And as they tell me, pause. And then you said, well, why did you pick me? And live it up. Say, well, you know, we all overcome hurdles. And I know that at that time in your life, you were going through some really hard things. And I knew if I just set your mind on something else, you could blossom into great things. And wow, look at you now. Isn't that absolutely amazing? And when you got to the, it's like, I tell students when they give a speech, begin with a high, like you saw me, and end on a high. Don't let it, oh, I'm done, I'm finished, let's walk away with it. You want to end with a really good boom. I got it, I did it. And so today I've gone ahead and I told you a few things. I said, I'm going to be direct and honest. Keep the eye on the star. That's looking straight at us. Build up the excitement when you win so that you're really winning, and take that story and fictionalize it, add some details. And I know with that, we can take this speech and we can take it all the way to the top. Alrighty. Mr. Toastmaster.
Wow. Another bullet train. You finished, I believe, well before 2.5 minutes, but we could hear like 3 evaluations worth of evaluation. So once again, you're on fire today, Rosalind. So with that, we now move on finally to the break. We are doing good time. We are 7 minutes ahead of schedule. So Mr. Timer, if we can have a 5 minutes break, we will resume at 11:47. And by the way, let me announce that we have another speaker. We have a pocket speech. At least Dee Marie says that it is a pocket speech. I'm sure it's not a pocket speech. It's a well-prepared speech. So she will be replacing Nadine as a speaker.
Wonderful. Go, Dee Marie. Awesome. I love it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Woohoo!
Can I ask a question? This meeting is being recorded, yes?
Yes, it is.
So was my time within limit? 7.5 minutes? What was my time, Mario?
I will provide the info later, but you were 7:20 if you wanted to know now.
Okay, so then I could possibly take this speech as my entry, Cynthia, and send it onward?
Yeah, but you have to carve it out as a single speech, because it's better if you get co-host rights and record it yourself as a single speech. So if you can figure out how to get it carved out so it's a single speech that's no more than 7 minutes 30 seconds, absolutely you can submit it to the Speakers Bureau for your audition, right? Is that what you're
Yeah,
thinking?
that's what I'm looking for. I just didn't have to practice the other one, and this just seemed like such a good material to use. I know someone who can help me.
It was great.
You know what, Rosalind?
Yes.
I think with the recording, I might be able to just splice just your part
Oh my God.
It could be
out of the thing, and then I could send that to you.
That would be fabulous, because then
That
she
would
could
be
have
awesome,
an
'cause-
entry. She
Oh my
could have
God.
your audition entry. Yes, great.
They've been sending me things reminding me, and I don't want them to think that I've forgotten. It's just things have gotten.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
would be
no
awesome.
problem. And you are on fire today. Woo!
Yeah.
I
Well,
love it.
if you knew what I lived through, you would understand. man. It's still flaming.
Still flaming, but you're
Well,
going.
Well,
You-
my word for the day was my word for the day was unstoppable. So that's me.
Woo!
Wow.
Mindfully unstoppable.
You know what? What a bit confuses me, there were 2 evaluations for the same speaker today, instead of 1 evaluation for Rosalind and 1 evaluation for Isaac. Because
You know what?
No,
Thank
there
you for
were.
pointing that out, Mario, because I felt like that. I appreciate both your input. Tala, you were very kind, man. And so were you.
Mario, thank you for pointing that out because I got confused. That's why I was getting confused. I'm so glad that whoever pointed that out just now. That's what
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait a second. Why? I'm looking at the agenda and I'm like, no, I understand, Mario. I did the same thing. My hands were up too.
Yeah.
I don't blame you because first of all, the agenda itself is a little unconventional. There are first 2 speeches and then evaluations, and then the second 2 speeches and no evaluations, table topics, and the evaluations are hosted by the journal.
It's duly
evaluator.
noted under the GE. I just want
Yeah.
you to know that, Mr.
Yeah.
President.
Yeah.
It's duly
So
noted.
We have a
I believe
special
that
reason.
No,
for
it's
doing
fine.
that.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
We have a
No, but-
special reason for separating it like that. That is really unusual. Most Toastmasters meetings, you have all the speeches, and then you have the table topics, and then you have all the evaluations. We don't do that because many of our members need to skedaddle and leave at the break. And so they if they're speaking and evaluating because they're part of the pod, they have to do so before the break so they can leave, go pick up their kids or go to work or get to
Totally
bed,
understand it. No,
whatever it is. That's why it's a little unusual.
But you have a point, Alex. I believe as Toastmaster today, I should have briefed about the meeting format. Usually that's also one of the duties of Toastmaster of the day. They brief about how the meeting will go, what segments will be there.
It
So
was
yes,
fine.
definitely you have a point.
No. It's fine. Like I said, I'm giving you a hard time, but that's why I was a little off. So
5
No
minutes.
worries
left.
at all. No worries at
worry.
all. No worries at all. You're doing perfectly fine. And I believe 5 minutes are over. It's time to resume the meeting. So now, let's see who we call next because everything is topsy-turvy today. So everyone, this flight is officially turbulent. And what do you need? Oxygen masks. The oxygen mask will fall before you. Put it on before helping others. And let's see who will be our third speaker. Our third speaker would be our pocket speaker, Dee Marie. And Dee Marie would you like Toastmaster Isaac Ford, would you like to evaluate Toastmaster Dee Marie?
Yes, it would be my pleasure.
Perfect. So Dee Marie, can you share your project details?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jean Marie. And my project details are enabling humor, level 5, and it comes from leadership. And the title of my speech would be The Oxygen in the Balloon. The oxygen in
Sorry.
the balloon. Can you hear
Sorry,
me?
Dee Marie, can you come again on the project? Your pathway is engaging humor,
Level 5,
level 5, all right.
ethical leadership.
Ethical leadership, all right.
And the title of the speech is The Oxygen in the Balloon.
Oxygen, and what's the duration?
Oh, 5 to 7 minutes. Yes,
5 to 7, all right.
absolutely.
All right. So I will put the evaluation sheet in the chat box, or maybe I'll send it directly to Isaac. And I believe, is that okay?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can start.
Am I being timed?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So let me just get hold of the evaluation sheet and yeah, just briefly let everyone know what the project is, especially our evaluator. Yeah, it's ethical leadership, and all right, just wait for it to open. Don't worry, we're making good time
okay.
today. Yeah, the purpose of this project is for the member to develop a clear understanding of his or her ethical framework and create an opportunity for others to hear about and discuss ethics in the member's organization or community. That's it, right, Marie?
Yes, that is it.
Yeah. Okay. So originally this is a panel discussion, but I believe you'll be summarizing it in the form of a speech. So everyone, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Marie, Oxygen in the Balloon. Oxygen in the Balloon, Toastmaster Marie.
By a show of hands, can you tell me or remember the last time you were the oxygen for someone else? When did you allow someone else? Thank you, Mario. When did you allow someone else to soar because you put forth the effort to assist that person? I want you to think back with me. The year was 2016 at the state mental hospital where I was a mental health professional. I decided to do a behavior modification workshop with my clients, the patients on my unit, at 5 a.m. in the morning. I wanted to see how committed they were to changing their lives. And I know you just can't tell a patient who has mental challenges, I want you to change your life. They would never accept that. So what I did, I decided to have a fashion show. I told them they were learning how to model. They would learn how to model fashions. But what they were really doing was learning how to model their lives. I did all kinds of things, like teaching them about how to be kind to one another, how to put on makeup. This was an all-women's unit. I taught them how to do their nails. I taught them the importance of understanding to get along with one another. All of that went into the makeup of this workshop. My staff, on the other hand, the technicians who work with the patients, I had decided that I wanted the patients to see them not as people that help them to take a shower, help to do their hair, but also as professionals who assisted me each morning in the workshop. So many phenomenal things happened during the course of this 13-week workshop that we had every morning at 5 a.m. Number one, everybody was up, dressed, and ready to come into the workshop. That shocked me because I wouldn't have believed that they would have gotten up that early in order to be in a workshop. The other thing that happened, we had an 87-year-old lady as one of our clients on the unit. She was on a wheelchair and she wanted to participate. Now I would make signs and put them across the front counter that said, models line up. I would never have even questioned or guessed that this woman could still read or that she ever had read. I didn't know. But one morning she had gotten up and the clients that took care of her, the technician said, Nurse King, she wanted us to hurry up and get me in that class. When she got to the front desk, she looked at me and said, models line up. I was blown away. This woman could read, she understood what was happening, and she was so anxious to be a part of the fashion show. Word got out throughout the hospital that we were planning to have a fashion show, and everybody wanted to have some input to do something to help. So fashion started pouring in from people all over the campus. They brought dresses, even had long evening gowns for the last two models, model evening gowns. Think of that. Patients in a mental hospital who had no hope and didn't think that they had a future had a chance to model evening gowns. They were blown away, and so was I. On the morning of the fashion show, the training had been so phenomenal that I knew that these ladies were ready for anything. Because the day before the fashion show, I had given them a set of balloons, and each balloon had a word on it. Self-esteem, I can do this. A new house, jobs, taking care of my family, all kinds of things that a person would need to do in order to be self-sufficient. They were able to look at these balloons and imagine for themselves how that would affect them. So what I asked each client to do was to go up and take a balloon that she thought she could emulate or carry out. It was amazing. The patients each got a balloon, and they explained how that word or whatever set of words were on that balloon applied to them. But what was even more amazing than that, the balloons, of course, were filled with helium. Now, we know what happens when you let go of the ribbon on a helium-filled balloon. These ladies had talked about all these things, and I said, let me tell you something. If you just put your mind to it, you can soar. Do you believe that you can soar? That was my question to them. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Are you sure? Do you think? Yes, if you put your mind to it, you can soar. I want all of you at this moment to let go of your balloon. Let go of the string. All of the strings that they had let go of, the balloons rose to the top of the ceiling. I said, do you understand? Is it clear to you now that you have the ability to soar? So the next day at the fashion show, the first model was dressed like Tinkerbell. She had on a little bouffant type dress. I had made her a wand out of cardboard covered with aluminum foil, and she had on a tiara. So she was Tinkerbell. But we know about dominoes. If you line dominoes up and you push the first one and it falls, all the others might fall as well. I had never doubted for a moment that this fashion show would be a success. But on this morning, when that first model dressed like Tinkerbell got ready to walk, she looked at me and said, somebody's waiting for me outside. I said, what? I have a car outside that's waiting to pick me up. Immediately I thought, oh my God, she is scared. And I knew that's what it was, stage fright. So I quickly went into rescue mode and reassured her that if she just got through that, I would go with her out front to see who was waiting for her. She walked down the aisle. She stole the show because she was a patient who had OCD of backing up, not being able to walk forward. She walked forward. She did what she was supposed to do, all because she could feel the oxygen beneath her wings, helping her to soar at a time when she needed to. Had you ever thought about it? If you might be the oxygen for someone else, the wind beneath their wings that's causing them to soar, I say give it a thought. You never know what can happen when you might end up being the balloon for someone else. Mr. Timer.
Thank you so much, Marie. What's amazing is how you linked today's theme with what was a prepared speech. Absolutely fantastic job. And we put 1 minute on the clock for our evaluator. So Mr. Timer, put 1 minute on the clock. All right, 1 minute is over, and you've heard some amazing speeches today. Now, unfortunately, it's my turn. I have sent Toastmaster Marie my evaluation sheet in the chat box. Have you received it, Marie?
Sent to everyone.
I did.
I haven't, I have not, but let me check the chat box.
This is
Yeah.
Toastmasters, everyone.
No, the one sent to everyone was the one for DeMarie's own evaluation sheet. My project's evaluation sheet I privately sent to DeMarie. Can you check in your private chat box?
I don't have it, but can you introduce your own speech and I'll just go
All
from
right.
there?
Yeah, no
Thank you.
worries, no worries. So it's evaluation and feedback project one. So I believe that's easy enough. So everyone, today I'll be speaking from persuasive influence. The project is level 1, project 3, evaluation and feedback, project 1. In this speech, I am supposed to deliver a speech on any topic of my choosing. It should have a conventional speech structure as expected by Toastmasters. The feedback that I receive from this speech, I will take to my next speech, which will be evaluation and feedback part 2. It can be the same speech or it can be a different speech. So I believe that's good enough, DeMarie, for you to evaluate.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. So the title of my speech is A Series of Unfortunate Events. So everyone put your hands together for me, a series of unfortunate events. She sashayed into the classroom. It was 1993. I was in my O-levels. She looked like a dream. Whenever she walked, our hearts walked with her. She was that one girl in the class which every boy fancied and which every girl wanted to be. She'd just returned from a vacation in the USA, and she had a lot to share. It was 1993. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't even have computers. So she had actual physical photographs of her vacation. But she had something else also much more special. Braids flowing out of her head like Medusa's hair. Like those things that jut out of Inspector Gadget's head. And she was walking around showing photographs to everyone. And she would explain, hey, look how stupid I look in this hairdo. And all the boys were like, oh, no, 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 no. You look amazing. This suits you so much. She showed those pictures to every boy and girl, all 13 boys and girls in the class. And then it was my turn. She brought them to me. And she said, Talha, look how stupid I look in this hairdo. Isn't this daft? And I said to her, well, it really does look stupid. What? She all but jumped and pounced onto me and started pummeling me. I said, what the hell is wrong? What did I do? She said, you're not supposed to agree with that statement. Don't you know how to talk to girls? We say one thing, we mean another. You're not supposed to agree with any statement that we make that is to bring us down. You're supposed to counter it. When will you learn? Guess what? I never learned. For 7 years later, that same damsel rejected my proposal. But now that I think about it, that marriage wouldn't have survived because I refused to learn. And these unfortunate events kept happening. A few months later, same school, me and my friend decided to pull a prank on our third friend. We decided to ambush him as soon as he entered the school gate. He was wearing a blue jacket. So we took our positions beside the gate, kept staring out, and as soon as his car came and he got off, and seconds later, a blue jacket entered the gate. And I was there on it like a lion. I completely smothered it. My friend, though, he was a little taken aback. And he was saying to me like, get up, get up, get up. No, no, no. And then something struck me. Beneath the blue jacket, there was not the head of a boy with lustrous black hair. It was the head of a girl with flowing golden tresses. She was 2 years our junior. And everybody surrounded us, and everybody was staring at yours truly. The girl got up. And then she proceeded to say nothing, but she stared at me like as if I was some insect, some scum of the earth. And she told me I would have complained to the headmaster. I could have you expelled right here, right now, but you're not worth my time. Ah, can you imagine a greater put down? But it doesn't stop. I grew into adulthood. In fact, in my late 20s, we visited a female friend of our father's. They were colleagues at the university. They taught together. And when the social niceties were over and we were walking out of our house, I asked her, Auntie, where is uncle? Hasn't he arrived back from the office? She remained quiet and kept walking. And like the idiot that I am, I asked again, Auntie, where is uncle? I can see him. Is he busy somewhere? She turned to me and said, which uncle are you talking about? The one who passed away 20 years ago? I wish I was making this up. And I remembered, yes, he had died an unfortunate death in an accident. We all went in the wake, and I was at the funeral. Needless to say, we never visited that lady again. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, such is my luck with ladies. And it is no less than a miracle that I'm happily married today. But I now know the secret to my successful marriage. Can you guess what? It is that me and my wife, in true Eastern fashion, had never spoken to each other before we were married. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. All right. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Taha, for that speech. Now we will put 1 minute on the clock for our evaluator. Is the 1 minute over, Maria? All right. Okay, thank you so much. So finally, the prepared speeches session is over. And now we move on to that exciting segment of every Toastmasters meeting, which is the table topics. But before that, let's continue our discussion on the oxygen mask. How many of you have ever been afraid to have fun? Sometimes, yes, right? We do not indulge. We just stop short. Me, for one, I have this phobia. I absolutely love Coca-Cola, but I always sip it through a straw. I can never bring myself to consume it in big gulps because I know that it would be too much fun. And all right, so Rosalind needs to leave. Thank you so much, Rosalind. It was lovely having you. So I'm afraid to consume Coca-Cola or any juices in big gulps. I've never done that because I'm afraid that it will be too much. It will somehow destroy the universe. And I'm not kidding. But you know what? Sometimes it's good not to hold back. That is your oxygen mask. You deserve to have fun too. It's not just the right of others. It is our right too. Once in a while, sometimes, just splurge a little. Just treat yourself. Just have a little fun. And I know it sounds sad, but it's not. Just have a date with yourself at your favorite restaurant if you can't find anyone else. Trust me. Thank you. Amen, Sister D. Marie. So I have a kindred spirit. Great. So that is your oxygen mask. And believe me, the time that you will have with yourself, just relaxing and having fun, will stay with you forever. And it will gear you up for what follows. So with that, we move on to our table topics. And today, our table topics master is another absolutely fantastic, amazing human being. She's an outstanding speaker, and just like everyone else at Leaders Worldwide, a very inspiring human being. Everybody, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Maya Catherine.
Thank you very much, GTM Tala. Hi, fellow Toastmasters. I'm happy to be your table topic master today. And I am extremely grateful for the theme of the day, which is the oxygen mask, and also the word of the day, which is mindfulness. That's right up my alley for the people who know me. I have 3 great questions, some funny, some serious. And I believe it's 1 to 2 minutes per answer. So anybody wants to volunteer for question 1, 2, or 3? If not, then I will have to pick someone. Okay, Alex, I see, and DeMarie, I see. And what was the third hand? Okay, so I saw Alex first. Alex, question 1, 2, or 3?
1, baby.
1. Okay, that is a funny one, actually. In a world of superhero movies nowadays, if you had a superpower where you did not need to use your oxygen mask, would you prefer to be able to breathe in water or in space, and why?
I believe after much reflection of this question, I think I would rather want to be able to breathe underwater. And the reason being is, if I could breathe in space, although that's a great skill, I have to find a way to get there. And if you can breathe underwater, you can really explore so many different areas of this wonderful place that we call Earth. I mean, think about all the things that you could find. I might become rich just on picking up all those little coins that are in the ocean, not to mention the wildlife and whatever. I really, there's a great peace in the ocean. You know, we are 80% water. And one of the things that I love to do is to do what's called floating. And I could have a lot of mindfulness by relaxation, by being able to go in places I might not normally go because I could breathe underwater. So if I had my choice right now, I think I would breathe underwater versus breathe in space. Thank you, Madam Toast. Person.
That was extremely, I love it. And yes, we are 80% water. So I resonated with everything that you said. So I believe the second hand I saw up was
T. Marie.
Was it Dee Marie? Yes. Hi, Dee Marie. You have questions?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, 2 or 3?
3.
3. Okay, that is a serious one, but a very good one. One of the ways, as DTM Tala mentioned, that we put our oxygen mask is doing self-care. And one of the ways to do that is using the power of no. Saying yes to everything can lead to giving everybody else oxygen mask at the risk of not being able to breathe ourselves. How can we use the power of no to make sure that we prioritize self-care and that we don't forget to breathe first?
Research has found that for some strange reason, we as human beings find it hard to say no. And women are so much more prone to feeling guilty, to feeling as though we just can't do it all. Word out right now is we can't, ladies, but we just can't say no. It's amazing that you asked me this question because the book that I wrote, Glass Hard Forever Yours, has a complete chapter on having you understand that the word no is a complete sentence. No is designed to protect your psychic. It's designed to get you past feeling guilty. It's designed to help you preserve energy. There's a saying that you can't pour from an empty pitcher. No allows you to remain in a position where you have fuel enough. So when it's necessary, you're able to pour from a full pitcher because you have preserved enough of your own energy to be able to say yes in a very positive way and to mean it. What I'd like to leave with you is at no time should you feel guilty because you have to say no. And the best way to get past that, I want you to practice looking in the mirror and becoming comfortable with saying the word no. You will find out it doesn't hurt, it can be done, and the more you learn to say it, it doesn't feel strange. And you don't have to worry that the person that you're responding to will take it in a negative way because you learn to say no with a smile and mean it. Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much. I absolutely love the answer. And I also resonate with that. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So question 2 is left. I believe 3. Well, the last question is left. And I had seen a hand up, but I don't remember who had it. Unless you guys want me to pick. Who was the third person with the hand up? Then I will.
Malcolm. There's someone named Malcolm with his hand.
Malcolm. Okay,
yes.
hello. Hi, Malcolm. I can't hear you. Can you guys hear him?
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
So I guess we saved the best for last. I am gonna read my last question. And it's kind of a funny one too. So oxygen masks may soon be in high use as space travel is looking to become a common thing. If you had the opportunity to participate in space travel, would you go or won't you go?
What an interesting question, Madam Table Topic Master. Space travel, isn't that something amazing? Wow. I bet you're thinking my answer would be yes, right? Okay, but here's the thing. There are a few things we have to be very mindful of. The first one, the cost. Up to now, it's only Elon Musk, who's a multi-billionaire that is engaging in his fantasy, his childhood fantasy, I think, of sending rockets up to space and maybe in the near future, even living there. I remember not too long ago, there was a test that was performed that a famous actor got to travel in space for a few minutes. And that's the second thing we have to be mindful of. Not only is it very expensive, however, once we get there, we can only stay just a few minutes because of the high cost. So yeah, I'm kind of doubtful. Do I say yes? Or do I use my complete sentence and just say no? I do not want to go to space. You know what? Let's go for it. If time wasn't an issue, if money was not an issue, I would invite all of you to put on the oxygen mask and take a fun trip in space. And let's stay for a little bit longer than a few minutes, okay? How we will return? Well, we'll just have to figure that out afterwards. Back to you, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you all, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be your table master today. I guess what we learned is that we could have serious subjects that we take seriously and we do self-care, but part of it is having a little fun as well. So thank you for the opportunity. And Toastmaster of the Day, back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a wonderful session, Madam Table Topic Master. And now, finally, we move on to the crux of every Toastmasters meeting, which is evaluation. So let me invite for the second time, or rather for the third time in this meeting, our journal evaluator, Toastmaster Alex Bellish. Over to you, sir.
Well, this has been a very interesting meeting. We were very mindful of the fact that we had a lot of snafus, but we still managed to press on. I want to thank everybody for working through all the problems. We had people's computers crash or whatever else. But the fact is, we still got through it and we still performed at our highest level, which is a testament to this group. I think that also the Table Topics Master did a great job of coming up with some great questions. I think that Dee Marie came up with an excellent speech. I don't know if it was on the fly or not, but it wasn't on the agenda. And I think that that was great to hear. I just love that this club always pitches in when, people pitch in when is necessary. I also want to thank both Sally for coming back from the depths of the internet, and as well as Mario for being the timer. Even though he has his weird little cards, it's okay. It's a little different, but I think that we all have to be mindful of that. And that's the one thing that I think that this group does a great job of. I know I need to improve on a couple of things on the agenda, making sure that we follow. But all in all, I think it was a great meeting, and I want to thank you for letting me be general evaluator. So back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Will we have reports from our timer and grammarian?
No, we need evaluations from speakers 3 and 4.
Oh, apologies. Yeah. So first we need to have evaluations, and first our third evaluator of the day, who was, okay, I think it was Isaac Ford, am I right? You evaluated Dee Marie.
Yes, thank you for that, Tala.
Yeah.
Great. I am looking for Dee Marie. Dee Marie, thank you for that great speech. And one thing that I really like, and I think I heard it from Craig Valentine, is don't get ready, stay ready. And Marie was ready to step in and give a pocket speech, which you did a great job with. I wanted to first say the thing that you really did well was you got the audience involved when you opened up with a question. And that's always get us started. And that gets us into your speech. I also like your conversational voice. I mean, it's like we're sitting across the table having some coffee and donuts and just having a conversation. And that's what makes a good speaker is when they can just be conversational and speak. And the other thing that I noticed that you did really well, because I've seen previous speeches where you had the camera too low, but you had the camera adjusted just right so we could see everything you were doing. And the stories that you told about the fashion show, that really showed how creative your mind is to come up with that. And at a mental institution, which really helped those individuals, those patients, get a feeling of self-confidence, and they really enjoyed being in a place where they could kind of just leave their situation and just feel normal again. The one suggestion that I would make, and I would make this to anyone who's a speaker, is when you name a character, give that character a name or something that would remind us who they are. Because when you mentioned the lady in the wheelchair, she sounded like a great lady. I just wanted to know her name. If you would have gave us her name, that would have just made it even more of a great speech. As I said, though, you gave a pocket speech that no one would have ever known it was a pocket speech because you delivered it, and you have an exciting demeanor. It's like when you're giving these stories, you're putting us in the story with you. And that's what makes a good speaker, is not telling the story, but reliving the story. And that's what it's all about, reliving a story. And you did a great job doing that. I noticed that the audience was all involved. I was looking at the gallery view to see, and everybody was glued to that video screen. You did a great job. And as always, I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, Mr. GE.
All right. I believe now it's Dee Marie's turn to evaluate my speech. So over to you, Dee Marie.
So I was starting out by saying I want the audience and everyone here to be mindful of the fact that I have been asked to evaluate our president. And I'm asking him to be mindful of the fact that I'm going by strict Toastmaster rules and regulations. Having said all that as a preempting, Tala, your speech was absolutely hilarious in some places and so deadly serious in others that you had my complete attention. You said some things that made me stop, But you told us that all this started back in 1993. And when you first started talking, your voice was poetic. You were rhyming things, and I'm like, oh my God, is he reciting a poem? But then I realized you weren't, but it just came out poetic. You were able to be self-deprecating, which means you shed the light on yourself and the things that you can't do or couldn't do at that time. The fact that as a man, you just didn't understand how to communicate with women. You also, in my opinion, brought up a topic that a lot of men fall prey to. By trying to do the right thing and being nervous and doing whatever it is, they end up saying the wrong thing. But you pulled it out. And your ending was just amazing when you said that you and your wife have a happy marriage because you learned from your prior series of horrible mistakes. And you never spoke to her until you got married. That was great. That was great. I thought that was wonderful. Stretch goals, there's only one thing that I would offer as a stretch goal. And that is, at one point during the delivery of your speech, you bent down and your entire physique left the screen almost. We only saw the top of your head and your back. And I know you can fix that because your vocal variety, your body language, all of that was absolutely phenomenal. You used the word ambush, and I thought that was great because I was putting it in the context of a man ambushing a woman, but then you told us that you were trying to ambush a man, but you did actually ambush a woman. As I said, your speech was so full of just hilarious moments, along with serious mistakes that you felt you had made, that you kept my attention. And you said that you just refused to learn, which meant that you continued to do the same thing. Even after 7 years of going through trials and a series of blunders, you were still blundering, but you did pull it out. You married the lady that was meant for you. And my thing that I'm wondering right now is, do you communicate with her now? I know you have to. And are you still making those blunders? Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much. Yes, I don't know how many of you have watched Everybody Loves Raymond, but Raymond used to say a lot of things to his wife with his eyes. And this is how I communicate mostly. So thank you so much for that amazing evaluation. And next, we move on to our grammarian of the day, Sally Race. So over to you.
Thank you, Tala. Wonderful stories today and accidents. I would like to say that Tala had about 7 uhs, and so, and, but ambush was a great word. And one use of mindfulness, but I might have missed some because I wasn't present. Okay. Oh dear, can't read. Next is Alex. One mindfulness that I noticed, 3 uhs. Rosalind, 1 mindfulness. And she said, obsisted. I'm not sure what the word was, but it was very strangely put together. Obsisted, assisted, obsisted. Anyway, there's no TED on it, so she made it up. And we have DeMarie, 2 mindfulness that I was able to catch. Emulate and soar were marvelous words. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much, Sally, for an excellent report, as always. And now, moving on to the busiest person in the meeting, our timer, Mario. So over to you, sir.
I'm going to share my screen for the times for today. Speaker 1, all speakers today, prepared speakers, were within time between 5 and 7 minutes. Rosalind Kahn, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Isaac for the second speaker, 6:39. Third speaker, Dimarie Shai King, 6:56. Fourth speaker, Talha Hamid, 7 minutes and 11 seconds. Fortunately, we didn't evaluate Rosalind Kahn's speech, so there were two evaluators for second speaker for Isaac, and those were 3:36, went 6 seconds over time. Rosalind Kahn, the second evaluator for the second speaker, was 2:33 within time. Third evaluator, 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and then fourth evaluator for Talha Dimarie was 2:41. Then we had table topics. All three table topic speakers were within the specified time frame between 1 and 2 minutes. Alex Bellish, the first speaker, was 1:25. Dimarie Shai King, 1:44, and Malcolm, our guest, 1 minute and 45 seconds. That is all from me, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Mario. What a beautiful report. I love the visual way you presented it. It was really, really innovative. And guess what? A series of unfortunate events continues as I got to evaluate a lady today. And guess what I did? I exceeded my time and got disqualified. So, if only by 6 seconds. But I will take the plea that Rosalind's speech could not have been evaluated in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It was not possible. Anyhow, so now we're through the journal evaluation session and we move on to the part where we celebrate. So we are about 20 minutes away from the end of the meeting as per the allotted time, and representing our VP Education, I would like to first invite takers for roles in the next meeting in the same slot. Cynthia, I believe it will not be, it will be on what date?
Let me get it. It's June.
Yeah.
Let's see. It is June 12th.
June 12th.
We already had Nadine James as a speaker and evaluator. Is that still true, Nadine? I don't know if she's away from her microphone, but it was a while
No
ago.
worries. If she enlisted, then it must be in the easy speech. So
Well,
no worries
I
there.
don't think so. That was just my
Yes,
calling.
hi.
And
Yes.
yes,
Yes. Can you hear me?
yes, you will be a speaker on June 12th and an evaluator.
Yes.
All
Great.
right. Wonderful. Any more speakers?
We have room for 4.
I can.
Yeah.
I can speak.
Wow. Amazing. So
Oh, you want to
What? Who is that? First of all,
That
who
was
said speaker? That was Alex. Can you identify
That-
yourself?
yeah,
What was
that
your
was-
name, please? Alex, was
Yes.
that you?
Yeah. Oh no, it was. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
No, I thought he got me. Yeah, I can do a speech on the.
yeah. I've noted your
Okay.
There was
name.
somebody else. I just don't know who it was.
And then somebody else talked. And if you could
I
identify
think
yourself, please.
it was Maya, maybe. Maya, would you like to be a speaker on June the 12th?
June the 12th, speaker and evaluator?
Yeah.
Yes, I can do that.
Oh, wonderful. So
The 12th.
just a second.
Yes, I can do that.
All right. So
Do you
we
want to
have-
be before the break? Because sometimes you have to go to fetch your child at school. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes. If I can be the first speaker, I would appreciate that very much.
Right.
Thank you.
First speaker and
Nobody's,
And
uh,
first evaluator. Yes.
All right. First speaker and first evaluator. No worries there.
a second
And,
evaluator. Second
Yeah,
evaluator.
second evaluator. Yeah, of course. And all right, who have we left? Sally, I absolutely insist that you speak on June 12th.
On June 12th. Okay,
All right, perfect. So we have 4 speakers and evaluators for June the 12th. And okay,
So Sally won't be an evaluator at the same time. She can't do that. It's too much for her. So, can we have another evaluator?
all right. Who would like to sign up for an evaluator slot? All right, Dee Marie. All right, we have an evaluator. Great. So who would like to be the TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day?
I could do that, Tyler. This is Isaac.
Great. We have our Toastmaster of the Day. What about Journal Evaluator? All right, Dee Marie. And with your permission, can I sign up for Table Topics Master?
You're the president. You could do whatever you want.
No, I need the club members' permission because I'm filling up the agenda. So,
That's fine.
all right.
And did
Thank
Dee
you.
Marie say she was going to be an evaluator and a general evaluator? Is that right?
No. Yeah, just a second.
Yes,
Dee
I'm
Marie.
evaluating for Sally.
Sally. Okay, great.
All right. Yeah. Evaluator and journal evaluator. Perfect. All right. What we have left now is timer and grammarian. All right. So I believe, what about you, Cassandra? Would you like to be our grammarian? All right, no worries. We've got the major roles filled, so we'll use the email or WhatsApp group to fill up timer and grammarian.
Maybe Mario can join us again. Would you like to be our timer again in a couple weeks and maybe on the 12th?
Sure, if so timer and grammarian are available or only timer?
Both are available.
I will go for grammarian this time, but
All right.
I see you guys have merged accountant and grammarian, and I need to
Yeah.
brush up on that, sure. To give others
All
a
right.
chance to be the timer. So how come you guys don't have a meeting on the 5th? Or you have everything booked? and that's-
We do, but that's a different time slot. So we fill in 2 weeks for the time
Yeah.
slot.
So
That one
this-
is an evening time slot.
Okay, cool.
So this is the morning Pacific time, right? So this is the time slot that we are filling. Morning 11 to 1 Pacific Standard Time, right? So
ET.
all right. So I believe that, wow, we have almost a full agenda. How amazing that is. Thank you so much, everyone. And now we move on to the awards and takeaways. And Cynthia, you haven't done anything today. So
I've done everything behind the scenes.
I know.
I leave myself to do behind the scenes work.
On the other hand, I've spoken too much today. So if I can request you to conduct the takeaways, is that okay?
Okay. What's your takeaway, Tala?
Oh, my takeaway. One, I'm a loser with ladies. Secondly, improvisation is fun. What I learned today was I absolutely loved this group of 11 or 12 people, which resulted in 4 speeches, 4 evaluations, 3 table topics, and a full roster. So quantity does not matter. It's the quality of members that matters. That's my takeaway, Cynthia.
Beautiful, beautiful. And would you like a virtual chocolate or treat?
Oh yeah, of course. I would like chocolate with hazelnuts.
Ooh, yummy. That's one of my favorites. Dark chocolate or milk?
Milk chocolate this time. It's
Milk
too
chocolate.
late. It's almost 1 a.m. So
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay, here it comes. chocolate and
Thank-
hazelnuts. Woo!
Thank you. Lovely.
Wonderful. And Malcolm, our guest, would you like to share your takeaways from the meeting? What did you think of the meeting?
Thank you, Cynthia. Wow, so many takeaways. I love the energy. I love the speeches. And another takeaway, I threw it in the chat that the word no is a complete sentence. I love that.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's great. That's great. And would you like a virtual chocolate or another treat? It's no calories, no guilt.
Oh, okay. Then yes.
Ruby.
What else do you have besides chocolate?
Oh, anything. Peach cobbler. What did we have last time? Blueberry cheesecake.
Oh, okay. Blueberry cheesecake with whipped cream, please.
Oh, homemade whipped cream on top coming up. Ooh, it's very drippy. Be careful. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Thank you.
Enjoy. Beautiful. Beautiful. And our other guest had to go home and go to sleep. But I would love to hear from Cassandra. If your mic's available, Cassandra, will you want to share your takeaways from today? Or Nadine? Nadine James, Dr. Nadine? Sorry, we didn't get to hear your speech today. We're looking forward to it next time on the 12th. Okay, Maya, are you at your microphone? Would you like to share your takeaways? Okay, running through. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yes,
Maya.
hi guys. I'm just really happy to be back. I haven't been here for a while. Takeaways, put your oxygen mask first. No is a complete answer. It's very important to do self-care, and that includes having a little fun too. Those are my
Yes.
takeaways.
Awesome. Do you want some fun with some virtual chocolates?
Yes.
Yes. Wow. What kind of chocolate? Dark chocolate, milk chocolate? I
Dark,
got them all here.
dark is the way to go. That's the natural color of chocolate.
Okay. Great. Anything with your dark chocolate?
No, I think that it satisfies all the needs. It's good.
Pure and
By
simple.
itself.
Whoa, I love that. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Here it
Thank
comes.
you.
Enjoy. Beautiful.
This is
Beautiful.
Cassandra. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, Cassandra. Yes. What's your takeaway?
I'm sorry. I've been trying to.
I was trying to get you back. Since Tala was asking the question, so I apologize. My audio was not working.
Okay, no problem. We hear you loud and clear now. Did you want to say something to Tala's question?
Yes, he was asking about the filling the positions for what is it for in 2 weeks? That's what. So
On
I'm
the
not
June
sure if
12th.
they got June 12th, right? So are they filled or does it need someone? I'm not sure. Did all the positions get filled?
Yeah,
Does he need me?
just the timer is remaining.
I can give you the Grumio if you want. I'm a guest, so if you
It
want
doesn't matter. I'll take timer. I'll take timer. That's fine.
Wonderful.
All right, we are at 100%. Wow, thank you so much, Cassandra. Bravo.
Yay.
Okay.
And what is your
Now, for
takeaway,
the
Cassandra?
question, my takeaway.
Yeah.
I liked all of the speeches for today. All of them landed with the speeches. So kudos to every single one of them. I'm so glad to be back. I'm taking away every single thing that each speaker wanted to, what their intentions were with their speeches. I'm taking away. I got it. So thank you.
Beautiful.
Your message just came through loud and clear.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And would
Each
you
one.
like a chocolate or treat, virtual treat? Cassandra, would you like a treat? Maybe we lost you again. I see your mic is muted.
Fruit,
Oh, there you are. What was that?
fruit, some fruit.
Like a mango or blueberries? What would you like?
How about some
salad?
blueberries?
Blueberries. How about some wild blueberries? Ooh,
Wild
juicy
blueberries.
and ripe wild blueberries. So be careful, they might splat. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Enjoy.
God, thank you.
Lovely. Lovely. And Dee Marie, would you like to share a takeaway? Our pocket speaker. I love that. Always have a speech in your pocket ready to give. Dee Marie, are you there? Maybe she's not there. We had Maya and Nadine's not there. Mario, our wonderful timer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, I had 1.5 duty today. I was helping with being the timer, and it's a really mixed up agenda. So you really have to keep track of a lot of things, not just your classic prepared speech, table topics, evaluation. It's a bit strewn about everywhere. You have to know 1 minute of silence, and so on. Yeah, it was a pleasure being the timer for the first time. Thank you, Cynthia, for the opportunity. And I just want to ask Isaac, was I in the way with spotlighting, or was I doing my job?
No, no, you did a great job. You did an excellent job.
Thank you. Because I did ask you about table topics, and you said you were going to do it yourself. I asked in
Yeah,
DM.
yes. And the only reason is just that I wanted to get 2 people on the screen at the same time, although I'm sure you know how to do that also.
Of course. No, I just never seen for table topics. It's usually just pin them and have the timer raise their hand, and it's good. But I guess depends on the club and their culture. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, and it was a pleasure playing around with Yield.
Cards. Great.
Yeah.
Do you want a treat? A virtual chocolate or other treats?
You know, the same as last time, plain white chocolate.
Plain white chocolate, nothing in plain white chocolate. Okay, here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Enjoy. And Isaac, what are you taking away with you? That was an amazing speech you gave.
Well, thank you for your kind words. I'm taking away the fact that everything came together with all these last minute changes and people stepping up. And I tell you, one thing I really like about our meetings, and that is Tala seems so comfortable with doing everything and speaking and table topics, and he has a good sense of humor. I like that. And that's always good to see. And I thought that all the speeches were excellent, and the evaluations, getting 2 evaluations just blew my mind. And you guys both were so kind, because I know there was a lot of things that could have been said for improvement. So I appreciate all the evaluations that you gave me. And I just enjoy coming here. It's always a good time. So that's my takeaway from the meeting today. And I know I always have these crazy desserts and stuff that you send me. So I'm going to just go back to my old standard, always favorite. And this time of year coming up summer, and that's some good old peach cobbler.
Woo, I have special peach cobbler for you. We had a division director, her name was Lisa, and she always, to our contests or any event for our district or area, she would bring her special made Toastmasters peach cobbler, and it was just divine. So here it goes. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Enjoy. And last but not least, Sally. What was that? Who's
Be-
that?
Can I just, this is Cassandra. Can I
Oh, hi,
just
Cassandra.
expound on what Isaac said? This is just, Toastmasters make this club and this meeting so important because they not only like the evaluations, they just weren't on the speakers. They make the experience a learning experience for everyone. The speakers just didn't get the evaluations for just their speech. As the audience, we got a chance to learn too. And so that's what I love about it. We got a chance, the audience, the members, everyone got a chance to learn from the speaker's speech. So that evaluation, everyone got a chance to learn. And that's the great part about this club and those great evaluations. We all got a chance to participate and learn from that. So thank you, evaluators.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Excellent
I just
evaluation.
wanted to say that.
And double evaluations. Can't beat that.
Yeah, thank you.
Would you like a treat? Did you get a treat yet?
Yeah. I got a treat. I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure I said that after Isaac had said that. So,
Okay.
Sally, thank you.
Great.
Sorry.
No apologies necessary. That was wonderful. Yeah, we love our evaluators. And Sally, what are you taking away with you? We're so glad that you were able to get back onto Zoom. Can you unmute? I think the Zoom host will have to unmute her because she was muted by this. There we go.
All our stories today were wonderful, but Dee Marie's had a special, very deep meaning to how she turned these people who are very shy, extremely shy and self-conscious into a real party. And I loved the invention, the balloons added to the story, of the color behind you. It was just an immaculately teaching moment. Thank you.
It was beautiful. Beautiful, Dee Marie. And would you like a treat, Sally?
Marzipan, please.
Marzipan with chocolate?
Yes.
Okay, here he comes. 1, 2, 3. Woo! And
I'll
Dee Marie,
save
are you available? Are you available to share with
I
us?
am available. I am available. And let me just say to Sally, that means so much to me because my responsibilities as a mental health professional touched my heart. I think that every person, whether they have a mental illness or a medical illness, deserves the best quality of treatment that they can have. And for someone with a mental illness, it's all about self-esteem and how you see yourself. So I did something to help them change where they were. And God intended for me to tell that story because these balloons had nothing to do with that story. These balloons are because I celebrated an anniversary with another Toastmasters club that I belong to, and I didn't take them off the wall because I found out over the weekend from Cynthia that I received the Triple Crown Award for Toastmasters, and I just left the balloons up. It's like, oh my God. But then when I had an opportunity to do a pocket speech, that's what it was. So thank you so much for that, Sally.
I love
I'm
it.
sorry, Cynthia, what?
Nope, that's, and your takeaway. What's your
Absolutely.
takeaway?
Phenomenal meeting. I love this group and you all know that. So, hey, have a great day, everybody.
Beautiful. And what's your treat?
It's on the wall behind me. So thank you so much.
Good.
I don't need any chocolates. I don't need any of
Beautiful.
that. Thank you so much.
Got everything you need. Okay. And thanks again.
Congratulations, Dee Marie.
Yes.
Thank you, Cassandra. Oh, I've worked so hard to get that. I've completed one pathway. I'm very close to completing the second pathway, and I will be a DTM with God's help by the end of the year.
Yay. You there. You just got to claim it. That's it. You there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And Malcolm, we got your takeaway, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just wasn't paying attention. That's why I sent that.
No,
Yes,
no
I
problem. I think we got
I gave my
yeah.
takeaway and I got a treat. 0 calories.
Takeaways and treats. Wonderful. Well, you have a wonderful day ahead, night ahead. It's been fabulous. This meeting. Thank you so. Oh, Mario, did you want to say something?
Yeah, you guys, in the top left corner, if you click YouTube, those who are on PC, and then you click live on YouTube, the link to the live stream recording shows up. If you wanna see it later.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's how I have access to some previous recordings because
Thanks a
they're
lot.
privated and
Great.
for future. Like when you click YouTube and then there's live on YouTube, there's a link that opens up and it redirects you to the live stream that was. You can, for those who are experimenting live stream from Zoom to YouTube for some higher stuff, you can always see how it goes. And those who were spotlighted were just the ones seen on the YouTube for future.
Great. You're our techie, resident techie. You anything techie, you've got it. I love it.